Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. I want to talk to you today about a video that I posted yesterday related to gratitude. It was an instructional video that will help you understand how to implement gratitude into your life. It's not an easy journey. I know it sounds simple. Hey, Doug wants me to create a list of 10 things I'm grateful for. You'd think you'd just be able to create that list every single morning and feel gratitude. But you know what? It's not always that easy. And after I did the video yesterday, I sat down with my spouse and we were talking like we normally do in the morning about the day's activities. And I started walking down the path of how I personally implemented gratitude into my life and how things changed for me. It's not an easy road, but it's a road that if you walk, it will flip your whole world upside down. Every morning, I would wake up and I'd grab my notebook, which I always have with me, as you know, my black notebook, and I'd jot down 10 things that I was thankful for as I recommend. It sounds simple, right? But trust me, this tiny ritual is not as easy as you would think. At first, it felt a bit forced, and you may feel exactly the same way. You scribble down the usual suspects for gratitude. You're thankful for your family, for your health, for the coffee you're drinking. But as the days roll by, something will shift in you. It shifted in me. I started seeing more. I started noticing the little wins, the fleeting moments, and the quiet joys that usually slip through the cracks of my busy life. And I gotta tell you, you know what? The list didn't just change what I saw, it changed how I saw. So before long, I was walking around with a growing sense of gratitude. It was almost like a secret smile that had been hiding inside of me that was now readily available for anybody to view. And let me kind of walk you down the path here. So, you know how life can sometimes feel like a loop? You wake up, you work, you eat, you sleep, you repeat, right? And I get there, and I've been there, and I was there when I started implementing gratitude. But when I started the gratitude practice, the loop started to feel different. You see, every morning without fail, I wake up, I write down 10 things I'm grateful for, as I recommend you do. And at first, it was mechanical, right? It's like brushing my teeth. I'd wake up, it had a place in my morning routine where I'd sit down, family, health, coffee. That you don't want to write the same things down every day. There's so much to be grateful for. You'll notice as time goes by, that list will change and will become more abundant, and you'll have so many things, and you'll surpass the 10. You'll put 20, 30, 40 things, and it's so surprising how the act of writing stirs something in you. It's like suddenly entering a world of positivity that you have been blindly walking past every single day. And it isn't just about acknowledging the big stuff. It's about the small bits and pieces, like, the person at Starbucks remembering your name, or, when you get a text message from an old friend. These things begin to shine brighter on your list. And it wasn't just about giving thanks. It's about seeing the abundance that's already yours for the taking. And I started noticing, hey, I have a pretty great life. Wow. But you tend to walk past that great life, always looking for something better or something greater. And I'm a builder, and I'm trying to build a life. I'm building businesses. I'm building a future for my children and my family. So it's easy when you're doing that to walk by all the greatness because your vision and sight is always looking towards that future forward-facing goal. And it's funny because each time I would write down things that I was positive for, the way that I was talking to my wife yesterday, it's kind of like it's a bank account. If you think about it, your gratitude bank account. And everything you write down that you're grateful for is just like putting a coin in that bank of positivity. And trust me, that bank will grow interest fast. Because you see, it's easy to feel grateful when everything's going your way. But when you build a strong bank account of positivity, it'll help you get through those mornings when you're just not feeling it. And I've had plenty of those, right? One day I woke up and I had a flat tire, I had a sick pet, and talk about a gratitude challenge. Let me tell you what, when my little guy, my little puppy, when he gets sick, he's not a puppy anymore. He's, well, 11 years old. He's an 11-year-old Yorkie, but you'd think he was a puppy because he's crazy. He tears around, and the thing is, when he gets sick, that can have a big impact on me. And there I was, notebook in hand, trying with a sick pet, trying to find things to be thankful for, because it's something you have to do every single day, regardless of what's going on in your life. But this time, when I was having a lot of challenges that morning, I was also having some business challenges. Phone was ringing off the hook. I got to get this tire changed. I'm our daily driver, so I can go run errands. I also know I need to take care of the dog. Things get hectic and crazy, So something surprising happened as I sat down to write my list. I'd found gratitude in the people who helped me to resolve my issues. Now, I'm like most people, or I'm like a lot of people in that I have a hard time asking for help and accepting help. But I tell you what, each moment of thanks that I've written down has been a step away from frustration toward a more resilient and optimistic me. I approached this whole scenario in a totally different way. I was thankful for the people that helped me. I felt gratitude in my heart for the vet that helped me work through the issues with my puppy. And by acknowledging their help and kindness, which I had received, my view had shifted from what was going wrong to how supported I actually was. That's important in the middle of a chaotic scenario. If you feel supported, you just handle things in a better way. Now, it might sound like a self-help cliche, but I'm going to tell you, what I'm talking about here is actually rooted in neuroscience research. You see, each morning as you scribble down your gratitude list, your brain is quietly working behind the scenes. The act of recognizing and valuing the good in your life will do more than just set a positive tone for the day. It will train your brain to be better at detecting positivity. And over time, as I've been doing this, I began to realize that I wasn't just looking for things to be grateful for in the morning. I was noticing them all throughout the day without even trying. And that list got easier to write each morning because, you see, it's incredible how a simple list can turn into an all-day mindset shift. And it does. It'll change everything for you like that. As my gratitude practice continued over the months, I noticed a ripple effect in my interactions with others. You see, writing down what I appreciated about the people in my life didn't just stay on the page. It spilled over into my relationships. I started to express my thanks more and more, acknowledging others' efforts and communicating my appreciation for the small acts of kindness that often go unnoticed. And if you've ever been in a meeting with me, you know that I'm an individual that thanks everybody for their effort. I thank everybody for their participation and their support because you know what? It's important. And believe it or not, it's not just being polite. It will improve connections with others. And when you express gratitude, you'll create a stronger bond between yourself and those around you. And it turns out that when you make an effort to notice and voice your appreciation for others, they feel valued and seen. And this often encourages them to continue those behaviors that earned your gratitude in the first place. So you never know who's just hanging on by a string, and you never know when you're that string. And if that string is a gratitude string, you can actually change their day and possibly their lives in ways that will benefit them long term. It's a cycle of positivity that'll enrich your friendships, deepen your bonds with family members, and can even improve rapport with your work colleagues. Now, my gratitude list was more than personal reflection. It became a tool for me for building more meaningful relationships. And I tell you, who would have ever thought that a pen and paper and a few minutes of reflection each morning could drastically change my relationships with others? But it didn't only change my relationships. Other things in my life started to change, like my physical well-being. As the weeks turned into months, I began to notice subtle changes in my body alongside the transformation in my outlook. I was sleeping better, feeling more energized, and even those occasional headaches that I get sometimes seemed to take a back seat. And it wasn't just a placebo effect. You see, scientific research suggests that gratitude can lead to better health outcomes. And engaging in a gratitude practice has been linked to lower blood pressure, reduced symptoms of illness, and even better exercise habits. So, by acknowledging my blessings, I was unknowingly participating in a free and accessible form of wellness that had tangible benefits for my body. And with my past history, I tell you what, anything I can do to reinforce and support my health, I'm into. I am totally into it. I want to feel good because I have a great life and I want to live a long life. I want to be able to enjoy my wife and my children and the things that we've built together as a family long term. And practicing gratitude is a wonderful free way for me to reinforce that wellness and enhance my physical health. So you see, my routine of listing things I was grateful for became my unexpected ally in pursuing a healthier lifestyle. And in the midst of turmoil, whether it's personal loss, professional setbacks, or just the relentless noise of daily stress, my gratitude list has become my sanctuary. The things I'm grateful for serve as a gentle reminder that even on the darkest days, hope remains. Sometimes it does get that dark. I tell you what, sometimes it's almost like what do I think of it as as a Hobbit movie. It's like, oh, here comes the dark forces and I need to be the light to keep the positivity going and keep everybody focused on the goal at hand and keep smiles on faces. But I tell you what, it was in these moments that would take my list to a new significance in my life. It wasn't just an exercise. It became a lifeline to inner peace. And with every word of thanks, I could feel a sense of calm washing over me. It works like magic. It's amazing. But I actually felt that way, and I still do. It soothes the rough edges of my worries and my fears to be able to write down what I'm grateful for. And acknowledging the good doesn't erase the bad. Keep that in mind. But it will help you find balance. It'll give you perspective. Gratitude will anchor you to the present and offer a quiet reassurance that no matter what is happening around you, there are still reasons to be hopeful and to be contented. I need that in my life. I do. I need to feel that sense of reassurance that what I'm doing is the right thing, and that there are people around me and the world around me will come to my aid and benefit me as long as I practice this daily gratitude ritual. And it does work that way for me. You see, with each passing day, my gratitude list has slowly become a canvas where I start painting over past hurts and appreciation, or past hurts with appreciation. It's unintentional at first, but I've found myself noting a lesson learned from a tough experience or strength I've found through overcoming a challenge. And as I continue to accept these parts of my past from a place of thankfulness, the sting they carried begins to fade. You see, the grudges and regrets that I once felt, that were like heavy weights, a burden on my body and my soul, started to lift. And I began to forgive more easily, not just others, but I also began to forgive myself. And you see, it's not an instant process. It's not always easy. And some days finding gratitude when recalling memories of pain is very difficult. It's difficult for me to think back at everything I've been through in my life, the way that I've been treated by other people at certain times. Just because I live a good, successful life doesn't mean that others haven't mistreated me or I haven't felt wronged in some way in my past. But when I push through that pain, it's been transformative. It's allowed me to let go of that old crap that defined me for so long. I used to be somebody who would hold grudges. And you know what? I've been able to let go of all that crap. And now I have a new narrative, one filled with grace and renewal. And as my gratitude practice has evolved, I have discovered an unexpected joy in the ordinary. You see, those simple everyday experiences like the warmth of sunlight through the window or the refreshing taste of cold water on a hot day, they start to take on a deeper significance. And it's true. My senses have become more attuned to the world around me. And you start to notice things like the sound of laughter in the distance, the smell of rain on the concrete, the soft texture of a well-worn t-shirt. All these sensory details will fill your gratitude list and enrich your daily experience. And I guarantee it will. Because you see, it was through gratitude that gave me a new lens on which to view my life. It's one that's captured and amplified the beauty of the ordinary moments. And I can't say that enough. Because when you start living in the moment and the daily, ordinary, everyday activities that are going on, when they become more significant to you, life becomes more exciting. You have more energy. You feel better about everything around you. It's easier to be positive. It's easier to be with others and come up with great ideas that are not only going to benefit you, but benefit them as well. And you know what? You'll feel a deep contentment that wasn't because of big events in your life. It will come from the simple pleasures. And there's way more simple activity in our lives from a day-to-day basis than there are big events. So imagine just living your life being happy with your existence. Everything around you excites you, tantalizes you, makes you happier. And ultimately, the deepest transformation that gratitude gave me is the contentment that comes from the cherishing everything I have right now. The daily practice of recognizing the good not only has highlighted the abundance that's present in my life now, but it's also shifted my pursuit from one of accumulation to one of appreciation. It's changed me. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. It's changed me completely. So the richness that I felt hasn't been measured in material wealth or achievements, but in the depth of my gratitude and the thankfulness that I've been expressing as of the last few years, as things have changed for me. Because you see, the power of gratitude in my life extends far beyond the simple morning routine that I'm recommending. It's a spark of profound life transformation. As you reflect on the potential shifts that gratitude could bring to your life, think about the possibility that this practice could be more than just a daily task. It might just be the key to unlocking a more joyful, contented, and fulfilling existence. The transformation starts with recognizing what is already within and around us, acknowledging it, embracing it, and ultimately being transformed by it. Now, I'm going to put a link to the gratitude video that I created yesterday in the description of this video. Watch that video. It's only 9 minutes long. I'll walk you through the practice so that you can begin implementing gratitude into your life on a daily basis. Now, this is the same transformative practice that I started with and I still use today. It'll change everything for you. Start being more positive. Start being more thankful. And I tell you what, good things will come into your life. You'll become a magnet for goodness, a magnet for abundance, and a magnet for positivity. And you know what? I believe in you, and I think you are amazing. Don't forget the one thing I tell you every single day. I care about you, and I mean that. I do. I care about you, and I think you're worth it. Today's going to be your day. Have a great day, friends. I'm thankful for you all. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll have some good stuff. Take care.